Hi, Michael Crow here, President, Arizona State University. If you're at this convocation, that means graduation is over from the university perspective, and now you're there with your family, with your school, celebrating, saying thank you to your faculty members, thank you to others. I just want to make sure that all of you soak it in, you understand the importance of the day, you hug your family members, hug your partners, find out how to tell people thank you for helping you to get here today. Whether you're finishing a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, a doctoral degree of some type, these are achievements of a lifetime. They are empowering mechanisms. Our objective is not to train you to do X, Y, or Z. Our objective is to enable you to be a lifelong master learner, capable of learning anything. Your lives are going to be going forward. You're going to be going forward into every kind of challenge and change and opportunity that you can possibly imagine, and many that you can't even imagine. To do that, then, I hope that we have prepared you to learn anything, to adapt, to work hard, to be committed to your community, to make things happen for the better. That's really what we're looking for. So I just want to say congratulations to all of you. I want to say thank you to the faculty that are there with you, to your families, to others, and just go Devils.
Arizona State University is located in Indian country. There are 22 tribal nations in Arizona. ASU's campuses are situated on the homelands of many indigenous peoples, including the Akimel, O'odham, and Peepash.
Arizona State University recognizes the original inhabitants of these lands
and recognizes that they still reside throughout the Phoenix metropolitan area.
And we recognize the impact of their wisdom and generosity towards us.
If you've flown into the valley, you have undoubtedly seen the Salt River Project canals that surround the area.
Those modern-day canals follow the framework of the canals originally constructed by ancestral Sonoran Desert people, Huhulcum, to make this area both livable and a place where peoples could thrive.
We acknowledge that the modern-day indigenous nations that descended from the ancestral peoples are the original inhabitants of this land.
Welcome to the Fulton School's PhD ceremony. Please rise as we begin the ceremony. Please be seated. Now, to lead the ceremony is Dr. Kyle Squires, Vice Provost for Engineering, Computing, and Technology at ASU, and Dean of the Ira A. Fulton Schools of Engineering.
Well, good afternoon and welcome, everyone. I want to welcome you all to our Fulton Schools of Engineering PhD Convocation. And to start, to our graduates, congratulations. To the families and friends of the graduates here today, thank you so very much for your support. And to our faculty and staff, please know how genuinely grateful we are for all that you have done to contribute to our students receiving the PhD and being here for today's celebration. So this is about PhDs achieving the highest level. And in thinking about our graduates, I've actually been thinking about the attributes that collectively run through our graduates, hopefully our faculty, and I came up with 5 key attributes that I think we should all strive to achieve in pursuit of what I'm going to call the perfect PhD human that will be comprised of these 5 attributes. So the first of these that is part of the perfect PhD human is creativity. That's a very unsurprising word for a PhD recipient. Hopefully through the course of your PhD studies, the skill set in problem solving, analytical thinking, and making has made you even more creative. It's refined that skill, it's helped build that muscle. That will prove important because the problems you'll tackle, wherever you're heading, industry, university, national lab, or some other endeavor, will be different. And you will need to be indeed creative to continue to grow and thrive. Now, the second attribute in pursuit of the perfect PhD human is being collaborative, collaboration. So more than ever, research is happening as a result of collaboration. Sometimes, and you experience this through your dissertation studies, it was a formal arrangement with an advisor's colleague at another university that was formal in the sense that it may have led to a publication or a presentation or some travel experience or whatever the case, but there are other ways that you collaborate. That collaboration was among your peers, brainstorming, commiserating perhaps, problem solving and thinking out loud that refine that collaborative spirit. So now we've identified 2 of the attributes, creativity and collaboration. I'm going to claim the third attribute of the perfect PhD human is servant leadership. You have a unique opportunity to support our communities, and that means your professional communities, but also the society we serve, because you are, in fact, leaders. And the responsibility that comes with leadership means using your skills and knowledge to make positive impacts. So, we have 3 of the key attributes defined: creativity, collaboration, and servant leadership. The 4th attribute I also claim is important to designing this perfect PhD human is failure, dealing with failure. Now, you hear all of the time, it's okay to fail, we need to be okay with failing ourselves in pursuit of some initiative or some other endeavor, and all the rest. Training along the way to receiving a PhD is excellent experience because most of the time you are failing. You become accustomed to it. More often than not, the technique doesn't work, the theory has flaws, the algorithm's not converging, whatever the case. On and on, it's a series of failures. And you learn from those failures, you become resilient through those failures, and you're typically turning the tide over time into things that work, into a series of successes. So the moral of the story is that those failures taught you more than would have easy successes early on in your work. And looking ahead to life after the PhD, I would also claim if you're not at least having an opportunity for something complicated to not work, to fail, you might not be working on a very interesting problem. So now the 5th and maybe the most important element to creating this perfect PhD human, empathy. Having empathy and support for those around us who may be struggling, could be within the lab, the idea is not gaining traction, the experiment isn't working, whatever the case might be, but empathy is perhaps the most important attribute. Respect, understanding, inclusion, being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes the best that you can to understand what they're experiencing, what they're feeling, and how to help them. Helps you, helps us, helps all the community. So, if those are the 5 attributes that define the perfect PhD human, I would also claim they can only be achieved in a college that cultivates excellence, encourages you to think boldly and take chances, is innovative, collaborative, and works hard to create an environment where everyone can succeed. That's in fact the value system within the Fulton Schools. That's why we think those values are important. That's why we think you're important. It's what we want for our students, it's what we want for our faculty. So if you're creative, collaborative, you're a servant leader, you learn from failure, you're empathetic, I promise you will be very, very successful. We can also bring this back to a key ingredient that makes those 5 attributes possible, and that is the community that supports you. And in fact, it's important to thank that community assembled here today. So I would like to now ask the guests of our doctoral students, please stand so that we can thank you. Thank you so very much. I'd also like to recognize members of the Fulton Schools faculty with us today. For our students, your teachers, your mentors, your supporters, guiding you and challenging you through every milestone of your graduate experience. May our faculty please stand so that we can thank you. Now, as we get into the ceremony, we also want to thank our readers, Dr. Ganesh and Kay Sawyer, who will pronounce graduates' names as they cross the stage. Thank you, Ganesh and Kay, for your dedication and commitment to this ceremony. Now, the best part of these ceremonies is hearing from the graduates themselves and from our alumni. So today, we'll be hearing from one of your peers graduating as a new Fulton Schools PhD and one of our alums. So our spring 2023 PhD ceremony speaker is Dr. Fantasy Nicole, who believes it is important for engineering spaces to be inclusive and equitable. Her dissertation focuses on sharing the adverse experiences of Black women in engineering doctoral programs to drive transformative change. Fantasy has participated in many opportunities to support others at ASU, and through her sorority, Sigma Gamma Rho, now as a first-generation college student, she's also earned 4 degrees. She is an inspiration to many. Now, after Fantasy speaks, our alumni speaker today is Dr. Sami Mian, who earned bachelor's and master's degrees from ASU in 2008 and 2016. Sami is an experienced engineer and leader in robotics and space systems, currently works as an R&D manager at Amazon Kuiper, where he is helping design and launch the company's next generation of satellites. Sami earned his PhD in electrical and computer engineering from the University of Pittsburgh, where his research focused on multi-agent drone systems and satellite constellations. So Sami, happy to have you here today. Let's first welcome our student speaker. Please welcome Dr. Fantasy Nicole.
All right, that's enough, everyone. Thank you. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Oh, y'all are dead. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Okay, that's better. That's better. Thank you, Dean Squires, for a wonderful introduction. Thank you to the advisors and faculty for your wonderful instruction. Thank you to the staff and administration for your unyielding support. And thank you to anyone else who has contributed to this journey in some sort. I stand before you all today as excited and gorgeous as I can be, honored to be the student speaker for the engineering doctorates of 2023. And it is a pleasure to welcome every single person in this audience today to the PhD hooding ceremony to honor the graduates in a special way. I won't be before you long, they only gave me about 4 minutes to be exact, to share in a legacy of triumph with you and give advice that has impact. To do so, I use a little nursery rhyme called The 3 Blind Mice, and although the short version is really sad, the long one is actually quite nice. Because the 3 blind mice were not always blind, you see. They started off on their heroic journey just like you and me. So imagine the 3 mice being you, your neighbor, and myself, who left home with our diverse demographics to get that degree and some financial wealth, okay? Y'all ready for money? So we journeyed across waters, across mountains, and across deserts to attend the university #1 in innovation and put forth our best efforts. We bold mice set out to roam, excited and yearning to learn. Then COVID swept the nation, and our journey took an unexpected turn. But we weathered the storm through thick and through thin. with our endless Zoom meetings, delayed projects, and our homes to stay in. And with us all being in the house and living on graduate student salaries, some of us may have went from eating top ramen to ramen and gained a few calories. I won't tell anybody. So during this time, we explored our research interests while simultaneously scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest, and ended up finding or growing closer to our advisor, who serves as a farmer who was all the wiser. So they poured into us all of the wisdom that they could in hopes that our own research to be conducted would be good. But here came the farmer's wife, that dissertation process to be exact, who challenged our notions of perfection. And I don't know about y'all, but I felt attacked. Just saying. It was difficult, yes, and we wanted it bad. So we chased after that dissertation with all that we had. And there were moments when our tests or our research did not go to plan. And there were times when our work was wrong before it began. Then there were moments when our analysis was right, okay? And then there were moments when we stayed up all night. And there were moments when our participants reminded us why we did this. And then there were times when the notion of quitting was really just too hard to resist. And in those times when our tails were cut off and that red ink blinded us bad, in those times, us blind mice may have forgot what we had. The differences and values that made our perspectives and research unique, our advisor and committee members who helped strengthen our technique, our family, friends, and loved ones that we could call on when the tears flowed, our support system of mentors and peers that assisted in lightening the load. They all served as the chemists who gave us some potion called Never Too Late to Mend, which was a lovely mix of support, love, and guidance that I truly would recommend. And us encouraged mice used this to heal our ideas about self-value and worth, and the amazing engineering feats that we could accomplish on this earth. And although people say the best dissertation is a done dissertation, I would argue that our intellectual contributions deserve internet sensation. Because in each of our respective fields, we've learned a trade and are doing well, and are heading to a variety of postdoctoral spaces to excel. Now, as you are engineering your own successes and dreams, remember to be equitable and hold your work to high esteem. We engineer, design, and innovate to enhance livelihood of humanity. So engineer with diversity, equity, justice, and inclusion as your mentality. And when life starts to get hard and your world is filled with sorrow, look at your neighbor and repeat after me. Say, neighbor. It's more of y'all in here. Say, neighbor. Every day the sun won't shine. But that's why I love tomorrow. Glorilla 2022. Thank you.
Welcome. Our alumni speaker, Dr. Sami Myong, ASU Engineering alumni and academic associate at the Polytechnic School.
Oh boy, that is going to be hard to follow. Can we hear it one more time for our great speaker? Congratulations, and congratulations to all of you. Welcome, esteemed faculty, fellow alumni, families, and of course, our new graduates. As a proud Sun Devil alum, I'm honored to be here today on behalf of the Engineering Alumni Association and Board to congratulate you on your accomplishments. I want to offer some advice for your next steps and give you just a quick snapshot of what the next few years might be for you. But first, let me tell you a little bit about my journey. I earned my PhD back in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic. I actually didn't even make it to this ceremony. But I understand, and I remember how intense the process was just to be able to wear these robes and have the honor of being hooded. From those final paper submissions to fighting review or two to the defense, yes. But the journey to a PhD is more than just the papers and your big defense. It's about finding your passion in research, understanding what it is you might want to do with your career, and finding where in your field there's an overlap between interest and being able to make a real contribution. And for me, that all actually started here at ASU. I spent 6 years here at ASU studying robotics, engineering, computer science, and during that time, I started to try and understand what is research, what it was, and what were the different topics I could focus on it. For me, it was really important to understand what does it mean to be a PhD before I committed. I had many people in this room convincing me I had to go and get my doctorate, but I wanted to make sure I understood what I was signing up for. Besides being really knowledgeable and really stubborn. I think we all found our own definitions during our time in the program, and I would love to hear from some of you afterwards. For me, when I went and asked faculty and friends what it meant, the big quote that stuck to me actually came from our president, Dr. Michael Crow. He told me that a PhD is proof that you were able to take an original idea all the way from its conception to full execution. You were able to iterate on it sporadically and repeatedly using the scientific method, and you were able to make a real contribution in your field, an original contribution that is recognized by your peers. That really stuck with me, and I made sure during my PhD journey, I focused on making something tangible, something physical, more than just writing papers that would disappear into the ether. They don't, of course, but when I was starting out, I didn't really understand. I was fortunate that during my PhD, every project I did was tied to a demo or a software release, or in my case, a few patents, which I was really honored that ASU helped me with that. The knowledge and skills I gained during my PhD have been invaluable in my career, as I know they will be for all of you. In my current role, as Kyle mentioned, I lead a team of scientists and engineers to help develop new communication methods for satellites. I also own the end-to-end delivery of these products, from blueprint, from that idea, all the way to the launch pad, literally. My time in the program taught me, how do you take these new ideas? How do you validate them? How do you confirm your thoughts with your peers? And then how do you turn them into a product that has some sort of customer impact? Now, speaking of jobs and careers, I encourage all of you to embrace your new opportunities that are arising, even if they seem daunting at first. Don't worry too much about being tied to your PhD topic. As I've learned, it's really those first couple jobs outside of school that have a bigger impact on your career, be it going into a postdoc, becoming a professor, going into industry, or working in a nonprofit. You are not tied to your PhD topic, so do not be worried. You can explore other interests, applications, and fields. After you get that first role, people will care a little less about the details of your PhD, especially things like GPA. I don't think I've once been asked about my GPA since leaving, and thank goodness. Your PhD is only the first couple chapters in the book of your career, and you still have many more to fill out. And don't forget, now you're all ASU alumni too. As alumni, we play a crucial role in supporting the university and future generations of students, as Dean Squires said. So please, stay connected, participate in alumni events, come and attend some of our events, and please give back to the university in any way you can to help ensure the growth and success of the university and of the students. I expect to see one of you here speaking next year, because I really don't want to come back. I'm just kidding. So, in conclusion, congratulations to all the new graduates on this momentous achievement. I have no doubt that you will continue to make us proud as you embark on a lifelong journey of learning, exploration, and discovery. Thank you.
Welcome back to the podium, Dean Kyle Squires, to present our Dean's Dissertation Awards.
So thank you again, Fantasy and Sammy, that was awesome. So we do want to move on and recognize the winners of the Spring 2023 Dean's Dissertation Award. That award recognizes excellence in dissertation research that not only embodies the ASU Charter, but represents design aspirations that contribute to overall scientific discovery, engineering innovation, and use-inspired applications that have the potential for major societal impact. So we have 5 Dean's Dissertation Award winners for Spring 2023. As I call your name, please come to the stage so we can congratulate you. The first awardee, Albert William Reed. So Albert is receiving his PhD in electrical engineering, conducted his doctoral research under the direction of a committee led by Assistant Professor Sharon Jayasuriya, apologies. Through his research, Albert merged physics and signal processing with advances in machine learning to improve inverse imaging. His most significant work has been applying neural fields to improve synthetic aperture sonar, or SAS, reconstruction. Albert built a sonar system from scratch in hardware and simultaneously developed novel algorithms for the system's data products. His work has resulted in several co-authored publications, conference presentations, and patent applications. Congratulations, Albert. It's always hard to be first. Our second dissertation award is to Swaroop Mishra. Swaroop is receiving his PhD in computer engineering with an emphasis in computer systems. Conducting his doctoral research under a committee led by Professor Chiddabaral, Swaroop's pioneering work in machine learning explored instruction tuning, a notion he developed to train machine learning models on novel tasks. His work has been integrated into systems like FLAN, which is the precursor of Google's Bard, and InstructGPT, which is the precursor to ChatGPT. In addition, its implementation into major products by Google and Microsoft, Swaroop's work has received a provisional patent at Microsoft. His contributions to InstructXL are expected to be integrated into MS Office. Congratulations. Our next award, Aide Robles. Dr. Robles is receiving her PhD in Civil, Environmental, and Sustainable Engineering. Under the guidance of a committee led by Assistant Professor Anca Delgado, Aide's research has set the foundation for a novel bioremediation technology to treat chlorinated contaminants in soil and groundwater. Her technique, which combines microbial chain elongation and reductive dechlorination, is being used at a contaminated site overseen by the Environmental Protection Agency. Dr. Robles' research has resulted in several published manuscripts, conference papers, presentations, and a pending patent. Congratulations. Our next award, Alejandra Patino Guerrero. Alejandra came to ASU as a Fulbright Fellow from Mexico in 2018. Under the guidance of her advisor, Associate Professor Mere Nica, she successfully integrated nanoscale technologies to develop 3D isogenic cardiac organoids derived from human stem cells. These organoids can be used for cardiovascular disease modeling, drug screening, and personalized medicine. In her work, Alejandra also assessed the role of supplement starvation of the function and maturation of these organoids, an area that has not been explored in past literature. Her work has resulted in several first and co-authored manuscripts and conference presentations. Congratulations. And the fifth of our Dean's Dissertation Awards, Dr. Chenwei Zhan. Chenwei is receiving her PhD in Civil, Environmental, and Sustainable Engineering. Under the guidance of a committee led by Regents Professor Bruce Rittman, Chenwei addressed one of the world's most pressing public health and environmental challenges: the proliferation of antimicrobial resistance genes, or ARGs. She identified that surfactants, which are used for cleaning and disinfection in homes, hospitals, and industry, are a driving force behind the proliferation of ARGs. Through her research, Chenwei has conclusively identified a class of biodegradable surfactants, introduced a method to biodegrade them in wastewater, and identified a means to slow and prevent ARG proliferation. Her work has resulted in several published manuscripts. Congratulations. Congratulations again to all of our Dean's Dissertation Award winners.
Welcome, Dr. Stephen Phillips, Director of the School of Electrical, Computer, and Energy Engineering, to present the Joseph and Sandra Pillay Outstanding Doctoral Student Award.
Thank you. The Pillay Outstanding Doctoral Student Award was established by Professor Joe Pillay, longtime graduate program chair, and his wife, Sandra. Their generous support through an endowment fund has recognized 19 PhD graduates with a cash award since 2003. The award is presented annually to the best graduating doctoral student in the electrical engineering program. Faculty advisors nominate students, and a faculty committee selects the awardee. The recipient receives a plaque and $1,000. This year's awardee is Ashwin Chandwani. Ashwin joined ASU Engineering in 2019 as a graduate student. He earned his master's and doctoral degrees in electrical engineering from ASU, graduating in December of 2022. He studied under engineering assistant professor Ayan Malik, who oversaw his research in power electronic converters. Converters regulate the flow of electricity and are needed for applications such as electric vehicle charging and future electric aircraft. Ashwin's work with these devices resulted in 12 journal publications, 19 conference papers, 3 inventions, and 1 issued patent. Since graduating in December 2022, Dr. Chandwani has been working in San Diego as a senior power management systems engineer at the technology company Qualcomm. Please join me in congratulating Ashwin Chandwani, the 2023 Pillay Outstanding Doctoral Student Awardee.
Welcome back to the podium, Dean Kyle Squires.
Okay, so we are now at a point in the ceremony where each student will be called by name to cross the stage and be hooded by their advisor. So this ritual involves a member of the faculty placing the doctoral hood around the student's neck. Each PhD candidate has chosen a professor to have the honor of investing the hood. This placement symbolizes the completion of the PhD. Now, yesterday, President Crow conferred degree candidates. Today's ceremony is a special acknowledgement from the Fulton Schools of Engineering to extend our appreciation for your efforts leading to the distinguished honor of doctor. So now, I would like to ask the Fulton Schools candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy to please rise.
Dr. Squires, it is my pleasure to present these PhD candidates to you. Each has fulfilled all of the requirements for this degree and are worthy of that distinction. Welcome to the podium, Dr. Tirupalavanum Ganesh, Tucker Professor and Assistant Dean of Engineering Education, and Kay Sawyer, Assistant Director of Global Engagement and Inclusion, who will read the graduates' names and dissertation titles as they cross the stage.
Dr. Stephen Phillips, Director, School of Electrical, Computer, and Energy Engineering, will greet the PhD candidates in electrical engineering. Ashwin Chandwani. Dissertation, Wide Bandgap Semiconductor-Based Electric Vehicle Charging Systems, Modeling, Magnetics, and Control. Advisor, Dr. Ayan Malik. Zahra Sultani. Dissertation, Sensor-Enabled Advanced Distribution Management System, considering high penetration levels of distributed energy resources. Advisor, Dr. Mojdeh Khorsand. Vishwanathan Naveen Kumar. Dissertation, Modeling Electrostatistics and Low-Field Electron Mobility in GAN FinFETs. Hooded by Dr. Dragika Vasileska. Albert William Reed. Dissertation, Neural Fields for Tomographic Imaging with applications in X-ray computed tomography and synthetic aperture sonar. Advisor, Dr. Surain Jayasurya. Abdel Rahman Taha. Dissertation, Reconfigurable Intelligent Surfaces for Next Generation Communication and Sensing Systems. Advisor, Ahmed Arkhatib. Gokul Krishnan. Dissertation, Energy Efficient in Memory Acceleration of Deep Neural Networks through a hardware-software co-design approach. Advisor, Dr. Yu Chao. Kaushik Topalli. Dissertation, Generalizing Underdistribution Shifts and Data Scarcity via Geometrical and Knowledge-Aware Deep Learning. Advisor, Dr. Pavan Turaga. Vivek Shivaraman Narayanaswamy. Dissertation, Methodologies to Improve Fidelity and Reliability of Deep Learning Models for Real-World Deployment. Advisor, Dr. Andreas Spenius. Shamil Sardar Gayek. Dissertation, Impact of Variations, Measurement, Uncertainty, and Surface Roughness on High-Speed Interconnect Validation. Advisor, Dr. James Aberly. Mohammad Zain Abidin Afridi. Dissertation, Module-Level Power Electronics and Photovoltaic Modules, Thermal Reliability Evaluation. Advisor, Dr. Stephen Phillips. Jacob Benjamin Holtum. Dissertation, Distributed Coherent Mesh Beamforming, Algorithms and Implementation. Advisor, Dr. Dan Bliss. Carl Morgenstern. Dissertation, In-Band Full Duplex Analog Control and Analysis. Advisor, Dr. Dan Bliss. Dr. Ross Majewski. Director, School of Computing and Augmented Intelligence, will greet the PhD candidates in computer science, computer engineering, and industrial engineering. Zelfa Althea Thomas. Dissertation, Differential Privacy Protection via Inexact Data Cloning and Automated Analysis Report. Advisor, Dr. Daniel Bliss. Ankit Wagle. Dissertation, Neuron-Based Digital and Mixed Signal Circuit Design from ASIC to SIMD Processors. Advisor, Professor Sarma Vrudula. Vishwanath Potluri. Dissertation, Developing a Cyber Physical System for Real-Time Proactive Traffic Control and Management of Mixed Fleet of Vehicles with Various Levels of Autonomy. Advisor, Dr. Pitu Mirchandani. Kiarash Gazemzadeh. Proactive real-time control of multiple interdependent water quality variables in buildings, water networks. Advisor, Dr. Pitu Mirchandani.
Kai Zading. Dissertation, Data-Efficient Graph Learning. Hooded by Juan Liu.
Ahmed Reza Wazalan Azad. Dissertation, Representation Learning for Trustworthy AI. Advisor, Dr. Juan Liu. Assam Abdul Rahman Al-Humaidi. Dissertation, Extensions of the Assembly Line Balancing Problem towards a General Assembly System Design Problem. Advisor, Dr. Ronald Askin. Tejas Gokhale. Dissertation, Towards Reliable Semantic Vision. Advisor, Dr. Yezhou Yang.
Jacob Zuyuan Fang. Dissertation, Building Vision and Language Models with Implicit Supervision and Increased Efficiency. Hooded by Yezhou Yang. Xin Ye. Dissertation, Vision-Guided Policy Learning for Complex Tasks. Hooded by Yezhou Yang. Abdul Hakim Masur Sabr, Dissertation Towards Scalable Security State Management in the Cloud, hooded by Dr. Ming Zhao.
Ankan Mitra, dissertation, Exact Optimization Models and Algorithms for Large-Scale Location and Interdiction Problems with Underlying Network Structure. Advisor, Dr. Jorge A. Safir. Pratyay Banerjee, dissertation, Implicitly Supervised Neural Question Answering. Advisor, Dr. Chita Baral. Swaroop Ranjan Mishra, dissertation, Towards Development of Models that Learn New Tasks from Instructions. Advisor, Dr. Chita Baral.
Man Luo, dissertation, Neural Retriever Reader for Information Retrieval and Question Answering, hooded by Dr. Chita Baral. Zikang Zhang, dissertation, Vision-Inspired Representation and Learning for Data-Driven Signal Processing, hooded by Dr. Feng Bo Ren. Yancy Vance Paredes, dissertation, Bridging the Physical and the Digital Worlds of Learning Analytics in Educational Assessments through Human-AI Collaboration, hooded by Dr. Sharon Ihan Shao.
Not sharing, I guess. No? It's not sharing. That's okay. Okay.
How do you want to read it?
No, Sharon.
Dr. Scotty Craig.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Dr. Scotty Craig.
Mustafa Fard, dissertation, Nexus Modeling and Distributed Simulation, a RESTful framework for understanding and predicting dynamics of interacting water and energy systems, hooded by Dr. Ross Majeski. Kaustav Basu, dissertation, Identifying Sources of Anomalies in Complex Networks, hooded by Dr. Arunabha Sen. Dr. Ram Pendyala, Director, School of Sustainable Engineering and the Built Environment, will greet the PhD candidates in Civil, Environmental, and Sustainable Engineering. Nivedita Rangarajan Biani. Dissertation, Solutions for Sewage, Sludges, Plastic Waste, hooded by Dr. Rolf Halden. Aide Robles, dissertation, Bench Scale Development of Microbial Chain Elongation as a Bioremediation Technology for Reductive Dechlorination of Chlorinated Ethanes. Advisor, Dr. Anka Delgado.
Tazio Mgasi, dissertation, Emerging Mobility Services and Technologies, Understanding User Adoption and Travel Impacts. Hooder, Dr. Ram Pendyala. Irfan Batur. Dissertation, Understanding and Modeling the Nexus of Mobility, Time, Poverty, and Well-Being. Hooded by Dr. Ram Peñala. Ryan Michael Hoff. Dissertation, A Proposal of Infrastructure Adaptation and Cascading Failures for Black Swans. Hooded by Dr. Mikhail Chester. Zhao Cheng Wang. Dissertation, Innovations in Detecting and Modeling Dryland Hydraulic Changes. Hooded by Dr. Ram Peñala. Zhenwei Zheng. Dissertation, Biodegradation of Surfactants in the O2-based NBFR and the impacts of the microbial community and antimicrobial resistant genes. Hooded by Dr. Bruce Brittman. Shang Xinglong. Dissertation, Heterogeneity and Reactivity of Magnet Submicron Particles from Biogenic and Pollution Sources. Hooded by Dr. Paul Westerhoff and Dr. Bruce E. Reitman.
Dr. Heather Clark, Director, School of Biological and Health Systems Engineering, will greet the PhD candidates in biomedical engineering. Prayapon Chris Fatarafruk. Dissertation, a mixed reality platform for systematic investigation of the neural mechanisms of multisensory integration during motor planning. Hooded by Dr. Christopher Bueno. Nivedita Muthukrishnan, dissertation, a wearable real-time auditory feedback system to improve gait and posture in Parkinson's disease. Hooded by Dr. James Abbas. Anna Sava, dissertation, effects of L4-5 posterior fusion on stress distribution, improved predictions using a uniquely validated finite element model. Hooded by Dr. Neil Crawford and Dr. James Abbas. Alejandra Patino Guerrero. Dissertation, development and characterization of isogenic cardiac organoids derived from human pluripotent stem cells. Advisor, Dr. Mehdi Nika. Neda Javadi. Dissertation, the properties and longevity of crude urease extract for biocementation. Hooded by Dr. Hamid Kodadi. Dr. Kurt Patterson, Director, the Polytechnic School, will greet the PhD candidates in Engineering, Education Systems, and Design. Fantasy Nicole. Dissertation, Murder, Liberation, and Art in the Engineering Ivory, an epistemically aligned methodological study that illustrates the engineering PhD spirit murdering experiences of Black women. Advisor, Dr. Brooke Coley. Bala Vignesh Sundaram. Developing Teacher Empathy, a journey of 3 engineering faculty members implementing empathetic actions in their classroom. Hooded by Dr. Nadia Kellam. Aquaduse Iseya Alimba. Dissertation, mild traumatic brain injury, executive function rehabilitation through serious gamification. Advisor, Dr. Nancy Cook. Dr. Sangram Redkar, Associate Director, School of Manufacturing Systems and Networks, will greet the PhD candidates in Systems Engineering. Jacob Sindorf. Dissertation, Exploration of the Photoplethysmography signal and its applications to wearable devices. Hooded by Dr. Sangram Redkar. Farooq Ibn Mahmood. Dissertation, Potential Induced Degradation of Photovoltaic Modules, Influence of Superstrate, Encapsulant, and Substrate. Hooded by Dr. Sangram Redkar.
Dong Ting Li. Dissertation, Soft and Semi-Rigid Robot Designs via Compliance Tuning, Case Studies. Hooded by Dr. Daniel Aux.
Karishma Patnaik. Dissertation, Design, Control, and Trajectory Planning of Reconfigurable Quadrotors. Hooder, Dr. Wenlong Zhang.
Dr. Terry Alford, Interim Director, School for Engineering of Matter, Transport, and Energy, will greet the PhD candidates in Aerospace Engineering, Chemical Engineering, Materials Science, and Engineering and Mechanical Engineering. Zhi Chao. Dissertation, Dynamic Modeling, Robust Control and Contact Estimation of Soft Robotics. Hooded by Dr. Wenlong Zhang. Emilia Quiones Yumbla. Dissertation, Sensing, Modeling, Control, and Evaluation of Soft Robots for Wearable Applications. Hooded by Dr. Wenlong Zhang.
Syed Mustafa Rizayat Sarkabadi. Dissertation, Towards Robot-Aided Gait Rehabilitation and Assistance via Characterization and Estimation of Human Locomotion. Advisor, Dr. Wenlong Zhang. Fateme Zahedi. Dissertation, Biomechanics-based user-adaptive variable impedance control for enhanced physical human-robot interaction. Hooded by Dr. Terry Alford. Rajagopalan Ramesh. Dissertation, Study of Optical and Radiative Properties of Inhomogeneous Metallic Structures. Hooded by Dr. Terry Alford. Elizabeth Olga Skaranek. Dissertation, Model Predictive Optimal Control of Ferrofluid Droplet Microrobots. Hooded by Dr. Terry Alford. Syed Mohammed Hassan. Dissertation, set membership over approximation of hybrid systems with applications to system analysis and estimator and control design. Hooded by Dr. Terry Alford. Rajiv Reddy, Kosi Reddy. Dissertation, structural characterization of 3,5 Bissimade materials grown by molecular beam epitaxy. Advisor, Dr. Cher Johnson. Shruti Sharma. Dissertation, thermomechanical behavior of hierarchical and nanocrystalline NiYZr alloys. Hooded by Dr. Terry Alford.
Jueming Hu, dissertation, Reinforcement Learning for Planning and Scheduling in Aviation, hooded by Professor Yong-Ming Liu. Yu Tian Pang, dissertation, Artificial Intelligence Enhanced Predictive Modeling in Air Traffic Management, hooded by Dr. Yong-Ming Liu. Evangeline Omono, dissertation, the study of ohmic contacts to nitrogen-doped nanocarbon layers and diamond surfaces. Hooded by Dr. Terry Alford, Dr. Trevor Thornton. Ashley Hayda, dissertation, mechanistic insights into dynamic predictions of pathogens in engineered systems, hooded by Dr. Carrie Hamilton. Austin Goodrich, dissertation, a dual-scale approach to modeling hydrodynamic instabilities on a phase interface, hooded by Dr. Marcus Harriman.
Marni Mordael Kora. Dissertation, Functional Materials for the Direct Air Capture of Carbon Dioxide. Advisor, Dr. Matthew Green.
Jae Song Lee, dissertation, Structure Property Function Relationships for Segmented Ionines, hooded by Professor Matthew Green. Yusa Lee, dissertation, Synthesis of polymeric membranes and their applications in desalination and water purification, hooded by Dr. Mary Laura Lind and Dr. Francois Perrault.
Juliana Levy. Dissertation, Advancing the Technology Readiness of Membrane Catalyst Film Reactors for Nitrate Removal. Dr. Paul Westerhoff and Dr. Bruce Rittman.
Friends, family, and guests, please welcome the Ira A. Fulton Schools of Engineering doctoral class of 2023. Welcome back to the podium, Dean Kyle Squires.
So congratulations to our new PhD graduates once again. Welcome to the Fulton Schools of Engineering alumni community. Indeed, we are very proud of you. We're proud of your accomplishments. The faculty have been terrific, not only today, but through all of their mentorship and helping bring you to this point, and again, the community through their support. So, to our new PhD graduates, we do have one last assignment. It's the same assignment we always make at Convocation, and that is to pay it forward. So in the same way that you benefited from knowledge, guidance, your faculty advisors, your PhD student group, you are now in a position to provide, guess what? Mentorship, guidance, and support for other students, PhD students or otherwise coming after you. Now, there's a special challenge that, again, I think our new PhD grads are well positioned to help us with. Please encourage any student you encounter who has the talent and potential to pursue graduate education to do so. We welcome curious minds and outstanding learners to the Fulton Schools, and your faculty will appreciate it, believe me, the opportunity to continue expanding and generating knowledge and exploration with a new group of learners. So, with that, it concludes our ceremony. We want to again congratulate our graduates, our faculty, the community for being here. Next steps are this. So the platform party, we will recess off the stage. Please remain at your seats while that happens. Please then stay. And if you're hungry, then slowly move to the back of the room because we will have a reception with food and drink. Please do stay, congratulate the graduates, mingle. We'd like to meet you all. We very much appreciate it. Thank you again so much. Congratulations.